would say the reason that I got involved in campus life in high school was, one, I didn't know a whole lot about it, but my older sister was going at the time, and the connections and benefits that it made for her friend group and just the decisions she made through high school were all affected by the people that she was spending time around. And so as a freshman, going to high school with your sister, you get drug along to the same things that she's doing. And so I'll be honest with you, like there was a sense of going to this new thing and being a part of whatever campus life was going to be. So Mandy was the one that kind of pulled me alongside to go to campus life from my own house. A sibling was what invited me. My sophomore year, all of a sudden I kind of jumped 2 feet in and really took all the benefits that campus life had for me in a guys group, being a part of just a group of guys that would get together on a weekly basis outside of even campus life and do stuff like watch movies together or sit around and do a book study or something where it was not just campus life, but also just kind of doing life with each other. One of the major benefits of campus life was just the fact that, as I mentioned, you could look forward to kids that were older than you, kids that were from different friend groups that you might not, in the context of school, might not be welcome from. You might not sit at their lunch table, you might not hang out on the sports teams that they're on or hang out in the circles that they go around, but when you came to campus life, all of a sudden those kind of walls fell down. I remember specifically a guy who was older than me for 2 years. It legitimately came like as if I was his little brother. And just kind of as campus life would come around, AJ would make sure that he was picking me up. He was making sure he was taking me home. AJ just encouraged me to, and we encouraged each other. I wouldn't say that there was many days where I wouldn't be in contact with AJ and we just check how life was going and keep each other accountable in a special way. I remember there being an event at one of the campus life clubs that was Mr. Campus Life, and it was borderline a pageant, and shamefully I have to say that I did not win. I took second to a guy who could play a guitar. So being with no music talent, it got me second place. But Trent Bushnell was my campus life director. He put on fun events like that just to allow you to be yourself. And so things that I did for Mr. Campus Life to get outside of my comfort zone, he had a way of just really kind of stretching you to be different. But Trent did see some potential in me that I never would have saw in myself. Trent one day had said that, he said, you know, Jesse, I think someday you're going to be a campus life director. And I wanted to laugh, and because I thought he was crazy. Not for a moment. One, because of how talented and gifted he was. I thought, no way could I be another Trent. And then even just the volunteers he had around him, the support that he had to put on what we had for campus life. There was no way I could be one of those guys, or at least I didn't think so. But through events like Mr. Campus Life and just different opportunities where he could stretch us to say, no, there's potential there, and God's given you purpose, and He's given you a calling. And so, how many years later to be able to say that Trent called it? He put that seed in there, and God allowed it to grow. So yeah, even though I would have never guessed that I would be stepping into the role of campus life, God's given me a passion, desire to see people have that same experience, finding their calling in Christ, wanting to grow amongst other believers, and then also creating an environment where someone who might be on the fringe or might not feel like they're in a certain circle or group, to be a part of campus life where they do want to see you become a lifelong follower of Christ. That it's not just a one-time moment thing, that we're doing this together and we're growing together, and that the seeds that are being planted now will continue to grow and continue to be watered in the future.